EA Sports has been on a downward trajectory for the last couple of years, and it feels like ever since they lost their FIFA name from licensing issues, it's just gone downhill, and it looks like it's not getting any better. It looks like the way to chase money isn't just throw money at the game, but to be fair, the game does look good. But except for that, the game is completely on to the next level bad. Even rivals like Football Manager, even though they haven't released a game in almost a year and a half, 20,000 less players for a game like EA, who has such a bigger budget than Sports Interactive, it's just absolutely going downhill. And it looks like it's getting even worse for EA. Going through all the systems, the bugs in the career mode make it just an absolute insult to people who paid money to pay this expensive substandard game. And even the EAFC sales and stock market declined, especially in January, leading to layoffs and a re-evaluation of the company's strategy. This downturn followed a period of strong performance for the franchise after transitioning from the FIFA branding, which the game initially had strong sales and live service growth. However, reports indicate that EAFC 25 underperformed, causing a noticeable drop in the EA Sports stock price. Esports 25 reportedly did not meet sales expectations, leading to a downgrade in the company's fiscal outlook. Games reported performance issues, leading to EA releasing a major update overhaul mid-season. 100 jobs have been lost at the developer Respawn as EA lays off 400 developers following a series of sales disappointments. Giving up on the name FIFA because it was becoming too expensive to license was a big risk to EA, but seemed to pay off when EA Sports 24 was a big hit as ever. But last year, EA Sports 25 was just not. If we just look at what EA Sports have been doing to the game, the amount of packs on their system, there's even a couple of countries that have even banned the game because it counts as gambling. Just look at this premium pass that they have now, which is just absolutely stupid. 500,000 in-game currency or 1,000 FIFA points. I'll get to how much. Just not a good way of keeping money. It seems like EA are trying to just cover their back by having people pay their way into the game and get better in-game currencies and packs and players, and covering the fact that the game's just not great with just making people pay for it. And it's not anything surprising. Anyone who knows an EA game will be not surprised, but it's so just awful. In January, the fiscal expectations were even cut by quite a bit, and 17% of the stock market loss was just lost in just one day. If you guys don't know anything about stock markets, 17%, you'll know even that is just absolutely abhorrent. While initial reviews last September were favourable, gamers quickly discovered performance issues, prompting EA to deliver the most significant mid-season gameplay overhaul in the company's history back in January. It just shows you how bad the game was and how just quick they had to go back on themselves. Even analysts noted the sudden downturn and suggest the company was caught off guard by the shortfall and isn't even certain how to fix it. I can't even lie, the gameplay is actually quite good, just by visual aspect. They've got all the licensing, or most of them, all the big ones anyway. All the pre-match stuff looks pretty good by all accounts, but that's about as far as it goes. Everything is just an in-game currency. It just depends on whether you want to buy the game. The gameplay was so bad that they even had to rehash it. They had to basically rebuild the game mid-game. They have all the licensing, and the game's basically unplayable for the first half of the year. Second half of the year, it's still slow, rigid. Of course, the gameplay looks great, but if you can't actually play the game, it's just not that great. When companies like Sports Interactive are making a Football Manager that 20,000 less players for the last year for a game of EA's budget. Just think of EA just having this massive company, and then Sports Interactive being this little indie company. Like, Football Manager shouldn't even be on the same wavelength as EA Sports. But just look at this. Going through, you just walk through the whole team. Goalkeepers are just way off their line. Just a lot of things just don't make sense. Even if you go through it, there's grass. For a game on PS5, the menus are just absolutely unplayable. It gets to a point where I've had my PS5 and then back to PS4s and PS3s. This isn't a PlayStation thing. But it's got to a point where I don't even want my console anymore. I'm going, maybe it's just an age thing, but I don't even think this is going to be something that people will have the issues. For a game that's supposed to be a AAA game, a game that's £100 every month you pre-order it, it's got to a point where the game's just not going anywhere. And even when people get the new updates for the new game, the new trailers scheduled to be in the next couple of months, people are going to play it for the first couple of months, and then there's a whole hype of people that just want to leave the game because no one wants to play the Ultimate Team unless you've got thousands of pounds. The pro players can do it, and the people who have rich parents and have a lot of expendable income. But for the average player, which EA Sports was built off, that's how they got their name. That's just not just building towards the main core of players, and that's just not a way to go. It's got to a point where EA just care about money, and it looks like the performance of the game got so bad that they had to update it in such a big way that changing the game, and it looks like it's got to a point where a lot of people are leaving the game, and to a point where Football Manager, like I said before, just 20,000 less players. You must think that's not a lot in gaming terms, but EA Sports is such a massive company compared to Sports Interactive, and literally before lockdown, these were not even comparable. You can't even use the lockdown excuse anymore. It's been 4 years. Do you think you'd make a game that was that good? Yes, they have all the animations. Yes, it looks cool, but it's a game at the end. If this was a movie, it would be great. But it's got to the point where the game is basically unplayable. And it's got to a point where I'm not going to pre-order the game. I don't think many people will pre-order the game. It's got to a point where it's just not a good game to play. And I think it's slowly becoming the end of FC25 and EA Sports in the football market as an entity. I guess at some point we'll see whether EA can actually rebuild their game. But if you've ever played an EA game before, just think of Need for Speed. They just don't put everything into the game. They've brought up Need for Speed and then just brought it back down again, just repeating the same game almost. We want money, not a good game. If you want a good game, that's what you get. Build the game, and then just think of Need for Speed, go back a couple of years, how good it was. That's half a nostalgia thing, and it's half because the game was actually good. The game's just not good anymore. It got to a point where if any other company was to build Need for Speed or in EA Sports, then it would be a good idea. Looks like the monopoly of the market has got to a point where EA Sports have gone a little bit lax, and now it's got to the point where no one wants to play this game anymore. Anyway, that's enough ranting for today. If you have any opinions on this or want to defend EA for some reason, then hit me in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Hit like if you are enjoyed the video, and thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.